All right, so I am here doing a recording of the Photoshop portrait tutorial. Didn't have anyone attend the Zoom, so this is a screencast-o-matic. So I have the tutorial open on one of the class computers, so you won't be seeing the tutorial, you will just see me walking you through it. So it is important to still have that up. Because of the screenshots close up of what to do. So we're going to start with eye pop. This is an unedited photograph of my friend Katie Lynn. I did a bridal portrait shoot of her. So we're going to start with the eye pop. So the first thing I'm going to do is I'm going to make a duplicate layer, and I'm going to call that Command J. And then I'm going to double click in. I'm going to call this eye pop so I know that's the one where I'm editing with the eyes. So Command J and renamed that layer. So then what I'm going to do is I'm going to use the dodge and burn tool. I'm going to zoom in with Command plus. So I see just her eyes. I'm going to move in a little bit more, Command plus. So I'm just seeing her eyes. So I'm going to dodge the white areas and the part of her iris where the color is there to make it pop more, and I'm going to burn around her iris, and I'm going to burn her eyeliner and eyelash line as well. So again, I'm dodging the areas I want to be lighter, and I'm burning the areas I want to be darker. So the first thing I'm going to do is start with the dodge tool, and that looks like the lollipop over here. So I'm going to click that tool, and I have to adjust some settings. So I have to go up here, and my brush exposure I'm going to take down to 20%. That's the intensity of that tool. I can hand type in if I want to be precise right there. Now then for the brush, I want to leave it at mid-tone range. And right here, I'm going to make the hardness 10. And I'm going to leave everything else. I can change the brush size as I go. So my hardness needs to be 10%, my exposure 20%, and this is why I was just checking that tutorial while I was doing this. So I'm going to zoom in a little bit more. I'm going to change my tool size with the brackets. Those are the rectangular things that look like parentheses. And I'm going to sweep over, again, the white part of her eyes, and then the inside of that iris. I'm going to go over here and do the same sweeping motions. Now I can see the change. You might think it's a little bit more subtle, but look at that difference already just dodging those areas. So then I'm going to now flip to the burn tool. And the more I do, y'all, it's going to keep on getting lighter. So be careful of going too far. We don't want them to look like a vampire. I'm going to do a little bit more dodging. And if you want to, what I recommend is hit Command 0, zoom back out. Uncheck that, check it back to make sure I'm not taking it too far, and I think that's cool. You don't want it to be too vibrant where it looks fake. All right, so zoom back in. I'm going to Control click, switch to the burn tool, and changing my size, but I'm going to do, instead of midtones, I'm going to shadows, exposure, no more than 15, but I'm going to start with 15, and hardness should be anywhere from 5 to 10. I'm going to go down the middle and say 7. So then now I'm going to zoom in a little bit more, just because I like this one to be a little bit more percent. I'm going to go a little bit more out. And I'm going to go around the outside. I'm going to go out a little bit more. And then I'm going to go along her eyeliner line. Y'all, if someone's not wearing mascara, you want to be more prominent, you can pop it and make it darker. And again, I'm going to the outside edge, eyeliner, mascara. And again, y'all, it's important to do this before you do your summative, because otherwise I can tell what you've edited or not. Remember, that is a criteria for editing. All right, let's take a look. Command 0. There we go. I'm going to show you that. Look at that difference with the eyes, just with some dodge and burn. Okay, so again, dodge the light parts and burn the outside edge. All right, so we're going to move on. And again, not too much. So now we're going to mattify skin a little bit. She's not that shiny, but I'm going to show you all this technique. So what we're going to do is I'm going to make another layer. And I'm going to call this one mattify skin. And you can use the same idea for skin, for lips. I'm going to use the eyedropper tool, and I press I for eyedropper. It looks like this. Now it's important to change this based on where you're doing it. So like, let's say I'm going to try to mattify, but she's not really shiny, but like, let's say like right here. And do you see how the values change based on where you are? and where you're selecting. So like say if I'm gonna do her cheeks, I'm gonna select this color and I'm going to go to the brush tool and I'm going to paint over that area with a 15% opacity. So I'm gonna take that down to 15%. Got to make sure you click out, and then I'm going to watch that tool size and I'm going to brush over that area I want to kick back any shine on, even though she doesn't really have any shine. But let me just show you the difference between that. Let's make sure we can see that. You can see layer order matters, by the way, because I lost that eye pop by doing that. Let's try our lips, eyedropper, pink color, brush tool, so B for brush. And let's make it, I'm gonna match, I'm gonna try to do this. I'm gonna do like B for brush. I'm selecting that pink in the flowers, and I'm gonna brush over that. We're not gonna pay attention to the eyes, but look at that difference between the mattify skin. You can look at the lips and you can see it there too. You can also see that eye change, but you can see that pop up more. All right, so that's the mattify skin. And I'm gonna merge these two layers together because I like that. Y'all don't have to merge, I'm just gonna do this. I should have duplicated my eye pop layer. Merge down. So then now we're seeing both eyes and mattify all together. All right, so then now we're gonna move on, and we're gonna move on from mattify skin. And now we are gonna move into from mattify, we did eye pop, mattify skin, and now we're gonna move into teeth whitening. So for this one, y'all, I have to, because she doesn't have her teeth open here, and because I don't have any teeth in here, I found a photo on, and I'm gonna go back to my home and show y'all the teeth whitening one. So I found this one on Google, and I wanted to show y'all the demo of that. So I'm opening it up. Oh, I gotta download it again. All right, so I'm gonna move on from that one, y'all. I'm gonna come back to that because I have to find that again on Google, and I'm on Screencast-O-Matic, so I might save that for a second one. I only have so much time with this one. All right, so spot healing. I'm gonna go back to the Katie Lynn one. All right, so spot healing. I'm going to duplicate this layer. And see how right here, that's where her sunglasses that she was wearing. So I'm going to go over to the spot healing brush tool. Now watch which one you use, y'all. This is the one we want, the spot healing brush, not just the Band-Aid, but the one with the dash dash. So I'm gonna go right here and I'm gonna click. And then look, boom, look how quick that was, y'all. I just clicked around. So like these are her birthmarks, but say like she had a blemish. Let's like just click and remove that. See if I wanted that freckle to go away. Boom. There we go. That's just a quick, easy spot healing brush. That's how we can lose any zits or blemishes. All right, clone stamp tool. And by the way, y'all, as an important part of this process is that you guys should be screenshotting as you go. But because I've done different layers, I would start with this one and do a Command-Shift-4, take a photo of this. And then, so say I would like zoom in for my eye one and show a before, screenshot, show a before, and then that's with my eye pop, and then I would include a screenshot of my after to show that process. Okay, so make sure y'all are doing that as you guys go. I have different layers, so you can always backtrack, but you guys should always have your unedited one. All right, so let's talk about the clone stamp. So that's if I want to copy and paste and remove something. So say there was a distraction here, maybe there was something on the wall I wanted to lose. All right, so there's this like mess up with the paint over here that I'm gonna clone stamp. So see how there's like this nail right here. So I'm gonna go ahead and do Command-J. I'm gonna call this one clone stamp. I would screenshot this before, and then I'm gonna wait and do my after once I finish. So it looks like the rubber stamp tool. I'm gonna resize with the brackets, and it's gonna be about that same size that I wanna fix. So I'm gonna go over here, and I'm gonna hold Alt-Option, and see how it becomes a target, and I'm gonna click, and that's a copy, and I'm gonna go over here, and I'm gonna paste. And then there you go, now it's gone. Spot healing brush can sometimes work, but clone stamp is better for bigger areas and cracks. So like I could fix this as well. If I move to another area, I would go to Alt Option, click. And because I'm moving, I want to copy whatever is next to it, because see that blue could have been different based on how that light was hitting it. So I'm just hitting Alt Option, click to copy, click to paste. Alt Option, copy, click to paste. There it is. Boom. Just fix that wall. So now, see that flaw is gone. That maybe was a distraction. Be careful with this, y'all. You can kind of go down the rabbit hole of fixing this a lot. All right, so that was the clone stamp tool. All right, then I got the patch tool. This is the last one that I'm going to show y'all how to do. So this helps soften under eye circles. So this is really great if you have some issues. So I have actually a separate photo for this. This is a photo, that's my dad in the middle, and this is his band that's called Whatever. Yeah, it's called Whatever. They are a classic rock band. And so we're gonna fix those under eye bags. Sorry, Dad. I'm gonna work on, you know what, I'm not gonna work on my dad. I'm gonna go over here to his bandmate, Joe Sly. Now I already edited this some, so like I kind of had some grain, kind of give it a vintage look. I'm gonna make a layer copy. And what we're gonna do is we're gonna fix those under eye bags. So what we're gonna do is I have that duplicate layer, and I'm gonna call it patch. And this is great if we want to ever edit our parents and have them look their best selves, but not overdo it too much. We're gonna go to the patch tool that's hidden with our spot healing brush, and go to the patch tool. So what we're gonna do first is, now that we have that patch tool selected, we're gonna draw the selection. I'm gonna zoom in a little bit more to their under eye bags. Oops, sorry, Command plus. All right, I'm gonna highlight this part. I'm drawing that selection. That's the under eye circle that I want to fix. Now I'm going to drag to the selection that I want to fix. I'm going to go like this, and I'm going to drag down and select that under eye part, and then there we go. I'm going to hit Command D to deselect. Boom, done. And I'm going to do the other eye, draw around it. We want to make sure you guys make a complete circle. And then I'm going to drag down, fix, and then Command D to deselect. There we go. So that's the quick part of that selection. Now we have that under eye. The other thing we can do is we can turn down the opacity of that layer so that way it looks a little bit more natural. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to go over to this layer, and that opacity I can take down to like 40. All right, so look, 0, there it comes back, but I can keep it so it doesn't look like totally fake. I could do something like 40-ish, 50-ish. So see, that way it's there, but it's not. See, like 100%, it can maybe look too fake. But again, the 40s-ish, it's just somewhat there. All right, so then that's the patch tool. All right, so I'm going to do a quick one on teeth before my screencast-o-matic goes up. So I'm going to go to yellow teeth. And it wasn't there because I'd found that one online. All right, this was the image I used before. I'm clicking it to make it bigger. Again, if you don't want to offend someone and you want to do it, I'm going to drag and drop to the logo, open in a new tab. What I'm going to do here is I use the quick selection tool on plus. I'm going to make a layer copy, and I'm going to quick select the teeth. And actually the gums can stay in it because the gums don't affect, but say I accidentally got too much, I hold Alt Option, it becomes the minus tool. And what I do for that is then I go over to my adjustments, hue and saturation, change master to yellow, and then watch. I'm going to take down the desaturation, and boom. All right, if I take it all the way, it becomes gray. If I go all the way up, oh good, it goes yellow, but just a little bit. There it goes. Before, after, that's how I get rid of yellow teeth, is quick select the teeth and go over to my saturation to yellows, and then there we go. That's how you can whiten teeth. Now, by the way, a quick fun thing to do with quick, if you want a faster quick selection, you can Alt Option, right click, or sorry, Control click, Object Selection Tool. If I highlight around what I want selected and give it a minute, it will auto quick select for me, and it can save you some time if you struggle with the quick selection tool. I think the biggest thing to notice with your quick selection tool is the plus minus to add or to take away. And this is also the same idea. You could use an adjustment layer to just affect whatever I highlight. So see, look, it auto did that for me and it saved me some time. And now I can clean it up with the quick selection minus and I can change that tool size with my brackets, and I can clean up that